so closely associated with the city of New York.
Yeah.
You, of all people, understand the passion surrounding 9/11. What do you say to those family members who protested earlier this week and will be doing so again on Friday?
Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have, as to the maniacs that did that horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world. So nobody's really been there, but I can tell you that there are a lot of really great people that are out here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to celebrate, and money's going to charity. A lot of money's going to charity.
We all know Donald Trump is a lifelong liar, narcissist, and con man.
Wind turbines made in China are going to be the destruction and almost a total destruction of your tourism industry.
Who's only interested in himself, making himself look rich, successful, confident at any cost.
It's just an amazing place, and nothing will ever be built around it because I own all the land around it.
And even though the debate about who this man really is ended years ago, CNN is still pretending they don't know. They know. They facilitated a propaganda production, and we all know who directed it. And they did it for the usual reason you make a deal with the devil: personal gain. They wanted those elusive ratings, and they wanted more money.
Manhattan jury found that you sexually abused the writer E. Jean Carroll and defamed her. You've denied this. But what do you say to voters who say it disqualifies you from being president?
Well, there aren't too many of them because my poll numbers just came out. They went up. Okay. I think I'm the only person in history who had a charge like that. And usually you leave office, you say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to back home. I'm back home to my family and everything. I'm going to be resigned. My poll numbers went up, and they went up with the other fake charge, too. Because what's happening is they're doing this for election interference. This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I swear on my children, which I'd never do. I have no idea who this woman is. This is a fake story, made-up story. We had a horrible Clinton-appointed judge. He was horrible. He allowed her to put everything in. He allowed us to put nothing in.
Mr. President,
this is a
you're
fake
recounting your version
story.
of events.
You know, I kept thinking there's a chance this is going to suddenly go off the air. The program's going to just fade to black because the journalists, working at the cable news network would simply walk out midstream, at least some of them, like the anonymous sources working inside CNN who provided so much purported detail about Don Lemon, the guy they just publicly fired. They had to do it because of their hard stance on misogyny. They couldn't tolerate Don on CNN's airwaves anymore, but a guy who's a freshly minted sexual abuser, indicted in New York and Fulton County, Georgia, is about to serve up a 2-for-1 special, that's not a problem.
Now, maybe you haven't been paying attention to him since he left office. Maybe you've been enjoying not hearing from him, thinking it can't happen again. Some investigation is going to stop him. Well, it hasn't so far. So if last night showed anything, it showed it can happen again. It is happening again. He hasn't changed, and he is running hard. You have every right to be outraged today and angry and never watch this network again. But do you think staying in your silo and only listening to people you agree with is going to make that person go away? If we all only listen to those we agree with, it may actually do the opposite. If lies are allowed to go unchecked, as imperfect as our ability to check them is on a stage in real time, those lies continue and those lies spread.
And let's talk just a little bit about the host, who's not a host. And that doesn't mean that she's being attacked by other women. Caitlin Collins is a solid reporter who lacks gravitas and overall presence to dance live with this charlatan. It should have never been live. But that's the deal CNN clearly made with a guy who likes to lie live. Much easier when you can stay ahead of editors and fact checkers. This was fraudulent and not very entertaining. CNN couldn't even mimic a Fox performance, not in the ratings and not in production value. And the asinine attempt by Anderson Cooper to thread a needle, at least he tried to, as if so many critics out there were just short-sighted and maybe stupid. So many people saw through that theater. Same people who have been existing in reality, nowhere near a cocoon, nowhere near a protective silo. They are scarred, bruised, fed up, but at least they haven't rolled over yet.